Alrighty, we are back for Radford and Ball State. Bacchus mod is down, so there will be no overlays until who knows how long later tonight. Maybe the update comes out, we can get restored on our end, but there will be no overlay for tonight's broadcast. Unfortunately, we'll provide a series or text thing as the night goes on. Until Bacchus mod comes back up.
Yeah, unfortunately, we did not hear anything about this update. We couldn't quite prepare for it. I don't know if that happened to anyone else, but we roll with the punches as, it's a very common thing in esports. So we are making do. We are getting set back to it, and we will, continue on. We do apologize for the delay, but we're figuring it out.
That we are. We are figuring. Waiting on Ball State to hop on in here. Underway with.
Yeah, I really am looking forward to seeing how Ball State perform after the tough loss last night versus Mizzou. They had some good looks. They showed a lot of potential. Unfortunately, weren't quite consistent enough. So we'll see if they start a little bit hotter here tonight. I think they're definitely gonna have to want to if they're gonna try and get a big W over a team like Radford, who is again ranked over them. Of course, Ball State coming off a great run in CRL, but Mizzou still got the W last night, and Ball State do not want to start 0-2.
That they do not. Players did not listen to me, so they joined without me telling them to freaking join. Love that. But we're underway with game number 1 after a 17-minute delay. But notice again, new season, new things on the horizon. Ball State trying to right the wrongs from last night. Radford, their first ever CCS game here against Ball State. They're looking for a good mark to start their season.
Absolutely, they are. I mean, everyone's got a lot of high hopes for this team. Rhyolite is a name that a lot of people know and a lot of people are going to look out for, as already we're seeing Radford get on the board. Zeras was able to tap it in, and of course, Rhyolite was just able to create an opportunity out of nothing.
Cyrus finds the first for Radford, 28 seconds down. Ball State trail 1 early. We saw them last night go down to a 2-0 deficit to Purdue. They forced game 5 later on in the series, and tonight, maybe another slow start for the Cardinals.
It might be, of course, I want to see this team start off a little bit hotter. I, again, saw what they were able to do against a great team like Mizzou, but if they just went down so quickly, going down 0-2 is so tough to claw back from, but they just couldn't quite do it. Now, want to see that offense get started early, but already the pace seems to be run by Radford.
First minute down here in game 1. Radford trying to storm back again. Otor, huge save. Shot will go to the right corner. It's no good. Variety holds off the attack from the Highlanders. A minute 10 off the clock. And Jesse in transition, an air to a bump, but it's no good. Riley will hold the line for the Radford defense.
Vicious strategy from the graphic designer in Jesse. He was trying to, that air dribble bump, always so lethal, always used at that high level of play because of its effectiveness. It's so hard to avoid. Jesse tried his best, and now Riley backboard double, didn't have enough boost to readjust. Cyrus is there on the far side, can't quite get there. Pressure is staying with Radford, however, and Ball State just can't seem to break free. Oltor might have a look here, trying to get out to Variety, but he's blocked. Jesse will break through half field, but not for long.
After Cyrus there, taken away by Variety. Ball State will come out with possession. Oltor's got nothing here. Just 30 to work with for Variety. Maybe a weak shot there will go. The Cardinals on the board. Variety makes it 1-1.
I mean, not the prettiest shot here, Nation, but was able to get the job done. The defense not having a lot of boost, and it's just a well-played shot from Variety on the far corner.
2 minutes down, both teams on the board here in game number 1. And with 3 minutes left to go, I mean, I feel like we've already kind of seen it all. Now, Radford getting really aggressive. It's 2 dead for the Highlander offense there. Quick 3-on-1, but Ball State will fall back. Jesse left alone, almost an awkward touch there. Of course, this one back in the hands of the Highlanders. So again, Ball State, they had a huge weekend this with CRL and made a deep run there, but they struggled last night up the gate. It took too long to get adjusted, and Mizzou able to capitalize late in game 5. But again, tonight's a new night for the Cardinals, trying to find that first win ever in CCS over Radford, who again is ranked higher than Ball State.
Yeah, I mean, Ball State, they definitely have, like I've already mentioned, they have the potential to get up there higher. I know they can easily break top 10 in the power rankings. I know that they can beat these top teams, but they've just struggled a bit at times, and that has given them some weaker moments. Zeros cuts past two, flip top right, shut down by Variety and Radford. They have been controlling the pace for the majority of this game. Ultor sneaks it out, good 50. Is anyone there for a quick follow? Jesse was 50 back away. A battle for possession with less than 2 minutes to go. Radford, they're looking to take a big game one in their first CCS game ever.
We couldn't get there in time. Ultor fires and no good. The rebound will go for Variety. 140. It's 2-1. The Cardinals on top late in game one.
And Ultor has been great for this offense. It was a good save from Xeris, but then, of course, no one able to get in. We've seen that's twice now where Radford are just low on boost on their own defensive side, and BSU just able to hold on to that pressure. Even though it's not the prettiest shot, it forces the defense to be a little bit awkward, and they're therefore Jesse almost striking again. Turnaround opportunity here for Radford, lifted up by Rylite. Ultor, quick save far side. Xeris there, another 50 comes through. Ultor will find the clear. Variety follows it up downfield. Minute 15 left to go. Ball State is looking to hold.
That they are. 1:13 to play so far. Radford still just trailed by one here, Jonas, but still plenty of clock to go. Pass quickly inside, broken up by the defense. Jesse fires, gets the block in front, couldn't find the finish, and Radford will hold on. 1 minute to go in game one. They need to score.
They do indeed. We need to see that offense get going again. They were really leading the charge halfway through, but it's just kind of been all Ball State. Variety high carry will eventually be blocked and turned away, but more shots coming through. And right now, Radford are just having trouble getting out of their own side, at least with possession here, Nation.
That they are, but again, not that much time to go. They got to be efficient down the stretch here. 30 seconds is not a lot of time. The offense has got to be able to find one or two good looks they like late here, maybe find themselves a chance that they might have here. And a big save doesn't come through. Radford on the board.
Beautifully placed. Rylite able to create the opportunity and then finally put away 2-2 with 22 seconds on the clock. It is anybody's game one.
Anybody's game to win still here, Jonas. 22 seconds, a level game after 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Maybe Radford one last attempt incoming for Ball State. Variety over the top, trying to find a double, couldn't get there in time. 10 to play, Ultor to the corner, no good. Cyrus will make it down the field. 5 to play, one last effort for Rylite for the win, won't go.
Popped right back out middle. Jesse out to the midfield. It's going to drop. We have a game one overtime on our hands. This might just be an omen of the rest of the series to come.
Overtime in game number one. What better way to play your first CCS game, Jonas, and see overtime in that opening game of this series? Just 15 seconds through. Ball State, the defense a little bit clobbered here. Radford's offense has done very good at building pressure in the paint, and finally the clear will come through for Jesse, relieve some pressure out of the Ball State defense.
Yeah, Jesse almost catching the defense of Radford off guard there, which would be a great look, as that did happen to him a couple times versus Mizzou, where he was kind of that third player left back, and he kind of just moved his way up too far and then got burned by the Tigers of Mizzou. Variety dribble flick. Jesse was leaning forward for a bump. Zyres way downfield. Ultor is there for the stop. Approaching a minute already. No one able to break through yet, but seen opportunities both ways.
I like what I'm seeing out of the Radford offense. I mean, I feel like they've been more lethal and more threatening than what we've seen out of Ball State so far, but Ball State's defense is no slouch. They have held up quite well to the pressure that Radford has put in a shot there. Ultor, a huge save to keep this game going. We're 6 minutes through, still tied at 2.
Jesse might have a look here. Double's going to be taken away by Rylite. Moves it out to the midfield. Xeris to his right. Can he deliver it to him? Flicks it up. Xeris there. Ultor reading that upper 90. Follow-up shot saved by Jesse. Pinched downfield. Rylite is up to it already, shutting it down for Radford. He's going to have another clear on his hands. Jesse trying to reach him. Ultor forced to retreat. Rylite going coast to coast. No boost left. And Variety going to steal it away.
45. Into the extra period here. Jesse towards the opposite corner, met by Riley immediately here in 2 minutes almost. Have surpassed in the extra period. And Jonas, I mean, we're 7 minutes in. What are you liking so far to Ball State?
I mean, I'm liking the sense of aggressiveness here. I like that they're not giving Radford a ton of space to work with. And now Ultor leaves it wide open and Light taps in the wide open net. Radford take the game 1 OT and Ball State just let it go.
Ultor comes all the way up with full boost in the tank and Jesse couldn't get on top of it to cover. 2:05 the winner for Radford, a 1-0 to get on to game 2.
I think that overtime could have gone a lot longer there, Nation, but unfortunately one mistake will cost you, especially in that OT. I mean, Rhyolite leading the charge as expected for Radford. Variety did well offensively and defensively. Ultor there to support him every step of the way, but unfortunately, a tough game 1 loss for the Cardinals. Now we got to see how they adapt. They don't want to go down 0-2 again, just like they did last night.
Not at all. And point in the game, I mean, it's just game 1. We saw Ball State last night. We dropped down to 0-2 to kick off their night, and they forced the game 5. So I think if you're Ball State, you don't panic here. It's one game. I mean, their defense made a silly mistake, and I'm sure Too Fast will, get that mistake fixed as we head on to game 2 here. But now you got to be efficient. You can't drop a game 2 again, have to go on and get another reverse sweep attempt to open up your season.
Yeah, that's just not comfortable. Straight up, Nate. That is just not the spot you want to be in. You always want to play with that lead. You want to play while you're ahead, have that little bit of wiggle room, not as much stress, and you're just kind of able to do what you know you can do and not get caught up in the nitty gritty, in the stress of it all. And it looks like as of right now, that's exactly what Radford are doing, as they play quickly towards the far side. Variety booms it away. Ultor lurking forward, but he's got no boost. Super Smurf, one touch out. Rhyolite will back it up right back to the side, while Radford just doing a great job keeping Ball State at arm's length.
Pressure, I mean, it's been efficient all night long. It's been consistent too, which is a great sign for the Highlander offense. Even the defense having to not make too many adjustments. An open net for Radford, 1-0. Riley on the first.
Again, BSU just kind of getting caught out. Variety went up as last and got dunked, and you can see no one was really expecting that. Ultor and Jesse kind of lurking up towards midfield, and just a clean beat from Rhyolite is all it took. Radford up 1-0, and looking a little bit similar to game number 1, but still lots of time. Rhyolite flip reset, no second touch. Super Smurf a good 50, will let it fall 2-0, and we're seeing Radford immediately trying to make it a 2-0 game.
3:45 to go. Ball State still trailing 1. Plenty of clock left to play though here in the game 2, and Radford getting a little silly there down the stretch on the offensive. So maybe a double attempt here. Won't fall. That one wide as well. Ball State, a huge look, couldn't capitalize.
Nothing wrong with getting a little silly when you have a lead, especially in the series as well. But you do have to be cautious of Ball State. Can't give them too much room to work. Jesse, nice block there. Rhyolite trying to keep this ball close. Blocked by Variety. Super Smart might have some time. Just goes straight at the net. Catches Ultor lurking again. Radford up 2-0.
2-0 lead for Radford. Their largest run of the night. Turn of 3:11 to go. That's 3 in a row. The Radford Highlanders.
Again, Ball State, their defense just isn't looking clean enough here, Nation. We are seeing them get one touch, and then everyone kind of falls forward, and no one's left back, and Rhyolite muscling his way through the goal line. Variety can't do a thing about it. It's 3-0 Radford.
3-0. That's actually 5 in a row after the end of regulation goal, the overtime goal, and now 3 straight here. 3:06 to go. Ball State might see themselves on yet another reverse sweep attempt in week 1.
It really is looking that way at this point. Jesse might have a look, tried to cut that one, couldn't do so. Quick turnaround from the Highlanders on the rising Super Smurf. One touch, Rhyolite shot is going to be blocked away. Xeris a little awkward at midfield, low boost, trying to play that 50. Jesse times it well, but Rhyolite wasting no time, heading right back downfield, not trying to give Ball State any chances.
2:41 to play. Ultor off the left wall, finds a pass to Jesse, has to come back down. Super Smurf trying to control the defense there. Shot from Variety goes wide, and Ball State just can't find any looks they like here in the first half.
They really can't. They are getting suppressed here by Radford. They've only had one shot in the first half of this game, and it came from Jesse. And you want to see players like Variety, you want to see players like Ultar get on the board, but Rhyolite's going to get himself a hat trick here in game number 2. Radford are cooking, and Ball State, their defense is just nowhere to be seen.
6 straight goals now for Radford. Ball State just have had no answer, Jonas. 4-0 here, 2:15 to go. We're only a half through, but you like to think, okay, well, they did this to us in the first half. Why can't we do it back in the second? But it's going to take a lot of work offensively. Ball State's going to bring back 4 goals here.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the shift last night from Ball State versus Mizzou, but that took a lot out of them. But Variety going to get on the board here, able to squeeze it past that right post side. Jesse lobs it up. Variety was there, a little bit awkward here as he does get a nice dunk on Rhyolite.
Gets the 52 and forces that one home for 1. Now the lead down to just 3. Ball State finally break a 6-0 run for the Highlander offense. So now maybe they've got some momentum to play with down the last stretch here. But again, a minute 50, they still need 3. Jonas, so still a very comfortable lead for Radford.
It is indeed. I mean, I don't think the Highlanders are going to be feeling too much worry at any moment as of right now. Jesse back downfield. Rhyolite just skies it up. Variety, no boost, fakes it for Ultar, but he lands right in the ways of an open net. Yes, it is. BSU just come crumbling down again, Nation.
Another defensive mistake for Ball State. 1:33 to go. The lead back to 4.
And it's one thing when your opponents are able to score frequently, but it's another thing when it's because there's a lot of open nets. That just means it's an oversight on your part. And ultimately, we've just seen a lot of that from the Cardinals in this game. They've just been giving too many free looks. And here's another one. Super Smurf able to take full advantage. Rhyolite creating another chance. Reset pops it up beautifully over 2, and Ultor just can't get there quick enough.
1:24 to play. Radford up to 5 goals in front again, Jonas. And what's changed from game 1 to game 2? Ball State is falling apart in front of our own eyes.
Ultimately, the defense just looks a little bit shaken here, Nation. I mean, we've seen their offense look a little bit less aggressive as well. Not a ton of midfield presence. Jesse to Ultor. Good look here. Rhyolite a bit quicker to it. And I think that being the other big thing, we are seeing Radford look quicker and quicker. They're playing well as a unit. Meanwhile, Ball State looking a little bit slower, a little bit more nervous, and they're not trusting each other.
1 minute to go in game number 2. Radford got to hold on tight to 5 goals in front here. And Ball State, I mean, again, I think you try to score 1 or 2 more for the road and take what you can into game 3 and hope that get yourself a chance to at least extend this to a game 4, put some pressure on Radford. But I mean, they are just getting outplayed the first 10 minutes of this one.
They really are. I mean, I think, and you know, in these last 30 seconds for Ball State, score a nice passing play, have one of your teammates hit a clip, just get some sort of positive momentum going forward on the offensive side, on the defensive side. I think it's already all said and done for this game. Just get one nice goal to end it. I'm not expecting that to happen, but it will. I jinxed it. I just had to say something, Nation, because we see a 3-man passing play. Jesse Ultor to Variety, and that is a great way to end it. That's the high note that BSU want. Take that moment, capture it, go forward into game 3, use that to start the reverse sweep.
That was beautiful. They can play like that for 5 minutes. I mean, they're tough to beat. I mean, we saw it this weekend too in CRL. And again, this is a very, very good Ball State team. But something's got to change here in game 3 where they see themselves an 0-2 start to league play. But Radford 2-0 in front as we head on to game 3.
Yeah, I mean, we talked a lot, you know, before this season started about the importance of these non-conference matchups. Obviously, there's some incredible teams in CCS, and some of those incredible teams don't have the strongest conferences. So these non-con games where you're getting that higher opponent, you're being able to add good matches onto your resume. That's where you need to get the wins. And if Ball State fall 0-2 against obviously some of the best teams in this league, but if you start 0-2 in that non-con, that's going to be hard to come back from. And looking at the seeding all the way forward in CCS Season 5 champs, it might affect you.
They drop here. I'm sure they're seeding. They do get in and take a hit. But the good news is for Akron is for Ball State is they do have Akron down the stretch at least guaranteed once and probably twice in the conference tournament. So they still have quality opponents ahead of them, which is a good news for them to help their seeding if they can find those wins down the road. But again, tonight they still got at least 5 minutes to be perfect here. So we'll see what the Cardinals can do in Game 3. Maybe extend this thing to a Game 4.
Super Smurf Riley give and go off backboard. Xerus is there. Jesse able to sneak out a save. Super Smurf might have a turn. No, he just leaves it for Jesse to shoot. Variety taking flight, wanting to dunk that down. Didn't quite have enough boost to readjust. We are seeing Ball State moving a little bit quicker here in Game 3 Nation. I think that might be the work of Coach Too Fast behind the scenes, just trying to get them to move a little bit faster and catch Radford off guard.
SC car design changed here for Game 3, but Xerus strikes again. Radford 1-0. 4:10 to go on the clock, and the Highlanders on the board first.
And again, a miss, a beat, and then, Jesse tried everything he could to get back and find a block, but Riley to Xerus off the back wall. It's just textbook passing there, textbook close to the net, just beating that one defender to get the open look. Now Ultor taking flight early, another massive pre-jump from Ball State. I'm expecting that to be a theme here in Game 3.
Passing's got to come through for Ball State. I mean, it's been a crucial part of their goals that they've seen in this series. So, I mean, the solo playing isn't working. We've seen that, be non-existent in this series. Radford's defense has done very well at cutting off those solo opportunities that Ball State has seen, but when it comes to the team play, it's been their only really successful opportunity offensively. So I think they've got to find a way to break that more out. Break more of it out.
I mean, we did see that three-man passing play to end the last game, and as we mentioned, that was a huge positive note to go out on in that game. Is one of the only few positives there. Riley will sky an open net here. Ultor to Variety to Jesse, open net. Super Smurf, can he reach it? He doesn't need to. The shot was off.
Rebound for Ultor won't go. Counter clear way over the last defender. Jesse back in time to make the clear. Plenty of time to play. 2 minutes off the clock. Still just a mere 1-goal margin. Variety to a must-see. Weak power there. Xerus will hold off Demo's trade. Ultor fires. Riley off the save. It's good for Radford.
Super Smurf looking to get the offense going. We'll say it's been a more quiet third game here, as we haven't seen a ton of offense from Radford. We've seen them, having a little bit more fun. We're seeing a lot of more pre-jump passing plays, seeing them kind of just slowly working their way forward. But, when you're up 2-0 in the series, you're up in the third game, you're not really going to be feeling that pressure. And this is where Ball State need to capitalize with Riley. A massive pre-jump. Where can you go?
2:18 to play. Riley back to midfield. Jesse, the right hash here. 2-minute warning approaching, Jordan. I mean, this is looking troublesome. I mean, I'm shocked. I'm also a little bit worried for Ball State. I mean, this is not the Ball State I thought we would see tonight after what happened last night. Just putting that frankly out there. I mean, the Ball State defense has been a massive issue this entire series. Radford's done a great job at exposing it.
Yeah, I do have to agree with you. I mean, last night, Ball State, their defense was a bit of an issue in the first two games, but they really cleaned it up. And I think one of the bigger things on that, Mizzou's offense was also just on another level. It wasn't even Ball State's defense was having that many problems, but Mizzou, their offense was firing on all cylinders. Here's a good transition from Variety, but Super Smart back to save it. Riley, no boost to make a touch here, but as of this series, Nation, it has just been a lot of defensive mistakes from BSU. They've been giving a lot of free opportunities from Radford, and they're a team who's not going to waste them.
Ball State's midfield, I mean, they're getting pickpocketed a little bit, and they almost got burned for it there, but 1:10 to go. Ball State still, luckily for them, just still a 1-goal game and not trailing by as much as 5 or 6 at this point as they saw last game in the deficit category. But 1 minute to go, that one also just off target, and that's been the story the whole night for Ball State. It's just countless shots barely off target and not able to find the rebound. That one also won't fall. Riley pulls the line again, 45 to go.
We'll say if you're a Ball State fan and you want a clutch goal to come through, a big goal to come through for your team, Ultor is the guy to look for BSU. Unfortunately, we've just seen the defense from Radford be lights out the other way. Oldsword gets a nice touch out. Xeris there off the sidewall. Boom forward by Variety. Jesse there. Redirect on target. But again, Rhyolite just back comfortably to make the save, taking advantage of that possession, wasting as much clock as they can. BSU might have one final opportunity.
I need one last look here, Jesse. Sidewall, Super Smurf long clear. It's going to require one full field cleared, keeping it alive. Throw it is 5 to go. Ball State got to be perfect here.
It's just not going to happen here, Nation. They can't keep it up. And Radford will open up their season with a 3-0 sweep. What a CCS debut for Radford.
That it is. 3-0, clean shutout of Ball State. Perfect game 2 and game 3. Gave up 1 or 2 goals throughout the first course of the 10 minutes. So, again, looking at that series on paper, I expected it to be much closer. This is a monumental win now for Radford to come tournament